Look what just arrived. It is the Revival Art Tarot version 2, my friends. We have used the version 1 so much on this channel, like almost like every other day, probably. This was released in 2020. Now, a lot of people are like, don't get the version 2. It doesn't look as good. I want you to reevaluate that. I mean, like, wait a minute before you get excited. Don't judge. Don't judge quite yet. This could be amazing. This is the second edition. Now, keep in mind, second edition does not mean they changed a little bit. They completely changed everything. It does come in a tuck box, which is already showing a little bit of wear. So, not a fan of tuck boxes for the most part. But hey, whatever. This was $62 on their website. So yeah, here is the booklet that it comes with. Ooh, that is mighty pretty indeed. Look at that. Look at that. We'll take a look at the book later. 99% of you just want to see the cards. So let's go directly to those and open this up and reveal the magic that is within. The magic that is contained, that is waiting for us all, my friends. That is the back. Yes. Okay. That is the back. Is reversible. That's not a bad looking back. That is not bad at all. Needs a lot more vibrancy, but we'll fix that in post. Here are the edges for that. And here's the Fool. Not a big fan of the Fool. I gotta say, just coming out of the box, I guess the Fool is the one card that you really sort of lay your value upon. You know, when you open it up and you're thinking, how is this deck gonna be?
Looks like a class clown.
Yeah, the Fool's not exactly the most impressive Fool, gotta say. Same with the Magician. You do have a couple of cards that are just sort of a little bit much. I like the High Priestess though. I think that's kind of cool. I like their, the version of how they do all of the borders and whatnot. The Empress looks great as well. Very, very pretty cards. And we have the Emperor. That's sort of interesting. I know they have to basically dip into the free artwork and the free masters artwork, the things that are so old that copyright is now expired. Hierophant, not as impressive as I was hoping. Really hoping the Hierophant would look better. But I like the Lovers. The Lovers on the original version was so good. It was so good. But yeah, this is interesting. It's interesting indeed. He's sort of pointing out, hey, what do you read? And the Chariot. There we go with the Chariot races. Very cool. And what do we got? We got the Strength. Strength. What is he doing? Is he stabbing that? Is she stabbing that? Apparently so. Like it was charging towards her and leaping up. And she's like, I'm stabbing you, and smiling about it. Hermit. Also not the best representation of the Hermit. Kind of underwhelming, I have to say, but they do have their pretty cards there. Fortune is beautiful. That is very pretty. I like that one a lot. And Justice I like as well. That's a very good. If they edited that, that is very good. Well done. A very good choice of cards for that. Oh, we got the Hanged Man is Jesus. Okay. Hanged Man is Jesus. It's kind of like using the Twin Towers for the tower. It's a little bit harsh. Death is kind of cool. We got the sort of revealing something and whatnot. I don't know these artworks, so I apologize if these are like famous artworks and I don't know them. Temperance I like. I think that's very pretty. It's a great pose. It's a great artwork. I know they're kind of limited by whatever's free they can use. The Devil, oh yeah, that is a really odd looking devil. What do you think? Yeah, that's an odd looking devil. Yeah. I gotta say that the deck is kind of disappointing so far. I mean, just, subjectively. Anyway, let's take a look at it. The Tower, and we do have that kind of crumbling down and whatnot. We have, I like the Star. That is pretty. That is very pretty. Get a good focus on that. What do you think?
Sure.
That is pretty. I like that. It's a lot of boobies. All classical artwork. They love the boobies and wieners. Boobies and wieners were absolutely amazing back then, apparently. And the Moon, yeah. I mean, it is artistic. Or maybe they just like the boobies, you know? Maybe they just like,
They are beautiful paintings.
I mean, they are beautiful things indeed. You know what I mean? I mean, if you have a job, okay, and you have to do it all day, if you're going to look at boobies during that job, I think that wouldn't be a half bad job. You're painting, you know, you get to enjoy. Anyway, the sun. Sun is cool looking. And judgment. Ooh, that's an intense judgment card right there. It's intense indeed. I like that one a lot. We got the world. So here you go. There's a lot of action going on in the world. All right, let's go to the minors and see what the minors did. We have the Ace of Swords. Interesting. Again, if these are artworks that I should know and I don't know, I apologize in advance. We have the Two of Swords. What are they doing? Are they giving her stuff? Are they fixing up her hair? Like, what's going on here? Is she getting ready for something? And they're kind of helping. We got the Three of Swords. That's a bit disappointing, I got to say. A bit of a disappointing pose there. And we got the Four of Swords. That is extremely disappointing. That is, there's no swords in there. They need more swords in the swords card. Then we have the Five of Swords, the Lord of Defeat. Okay, we are defeated. Is that Samson? No, maybe? I don't know. I know Samson at one point got his hair cut off and lost his power and whatnot. So the Six of Swords, rather underwhelming, but I like the sky color in there. That's cool. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Not sure what's up there. Not sure what's going on. And we have the Eight of Swords. That's kind of cute. It's like the meaning is really diminished in some of these. And the Nine of Swords, the Wounded Warrior. We're sort of stuck behind a door. We're peeking. We're peeking at something on the other end of the door. And the Ten of Swords, which is, yeah, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. That's not the best position to be in as somebody wields a sword. And we have the Princess of Swords. That's kind of cute. And the Page of Swords. I like it. I like it. Kind of cute. Almost look like a scorpion tail at the end of the hat. Knight of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And then, obviously, finally, the King of Swords. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of the minors. See what we got. Ace of Wands. Ooh, I like that work. That artwork looks really cool. And we got the Two of Wands. I like it. The Three of Wands. Don't like it. That's kind of odd. Oh, that's a side saddle, right? Is that what it's called? Side saddle?
Side saddle, maybe.
Yeah, side saddle.
Look at the screen and then look at the card. I mean, the colors are just not.
Well, that's what's called video editing, where you have color correction. You're tweaking it. Anyway, we have the Four of Wands. Not much I can do. I have everything set to optimal. So it's going to go into color correction. It's going to look a lot better. Anyway, the Five of Wands as well. And then we have the Six of Wands. If you do it with a phone, it does look a little better because it's dynamically doing as much as it can, but it's doing it by way of uncontrolled, massive amount of contrast. And that doesn't look good at the end. It does look good initially, but color correcting on the computer makes it look a lot better. Anyway, when you see this, it will look a lot better than what we're seeing on the screen, is the idea. All right, the Eight of Wands, interesting. Got a paint, is that a paintbrush? Or is that a wand? I'm not sure. And the Nine of Wands also looks very cool. So the Ten of Wands, I don't like that as much. Not as much. And the Princess of Wands. The Page of Wands.
I like how they did princess and then page.
Yeah, and the Knight. Queen. And King. Interesting, very interesting. Yeah, kind of underwhelming. I guess compared to the original was so good. I think they had their pick of the litter with the original one. They're like, they picked the absolute best. And then they're like, we need a version 2, but we don't have all the great artworks available. We're just going to pick some, whatever we can find. The Two of Cups. Yeah. That doesn't look like a Two of Cups. The Three of Cups. I kind of like that. That's pretty. And then the Four of Cups. Definitely sort of, you know, she's like, get out of my face with that. You need to go away with that. And then we have the Five of Cups. And the Six. Yeah, some of these are so little bit like a big stretch of the imagination from the original Rider-Waite that it's a little too much. It seems to me. Anyway, we got the Eight of Cups. And the Nine of Cups. I guess the Nine of Cups is sort of fitting a little bit. The Ten of Cups with a happy family. I think that's kind of cool. And the Princess, like you're saying, they got the Princess and then the Page. And then the Knight. The Knight's kind of interesting. He's very, very well dressed. And then finally the Queen. So there we go. All right. And one more King. Oh, man, the King of Cups. That does not look like... Anyway, one more suit to go. Ace of Coins. It's kind of cute. I like that artwork. Very kind of cool. And then we have the Two of Coins with the, what do they call these? The water, usually like a water boy, water girl that brings in the water. And the Three of Coins with painting. They're doing a little painting. Four of Coins, holding on to what we have. And then finally the Five of Coins, a little bit on the poor side, desperate for something, I guess. And the Six, I think the Six, they did pretty good. 7, then 8, 9. 9 is kind of interesting. That is very interesting. I like her expression. And the folds, that took a long time to do with all those different folds and whatnot. And then we have the 10 and the Princess. You do get an extra card in every suit. That is right. I like that. Then you got the Page, you got the Knight, Queen, and King. Overall, in my subjective opinion, I would stick with the original one. I would stick with the original one. Again, my subjective opinion based upon seeing the original, using the original almost every day for a long time. If you had to choose between both of these, I would stick with the original, and I think you're gonna have a win-win situation there, in my opinion again. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Let me know what you think about the Revival Art Tarot version 2. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.